Hi, I'm Dr. JB, and today I want to interview Joseph Mannion to talk about non-GMOs and the future of MRM products. Hi, Joe.
Hi, JB.
So, Joe, tell us, what exactly is a GMO?
Genetically modified organisms have been developed by genetic engineering techniques. They include gene splicing, viral carriers, and other techniques through biotechnology developments in the last 30 to 40 years. Basically, the utilization of DNA from different species for desired effects such as resistance to certain pesticides or insecticides or increasing growth rates are the desired effects in these gene manipulations.
So, GMOs are not just bred organisms. These are where the gene manipulations are actually done in a laboratory to move the genes around and even move them from species to species.
Correct. They do not follow the natural process of DNA development. They are manipulated by man and in some instances can have effects that are not beneficial to mankind.
And this is obviously the reason so many people are concerned about them, is because of some history of non-beneficial effects.
That is correct.
We have these GMOs already in the environment. We have these certainly in the supply chains for many products that we would buy at our supermarket. Exactly how have they infiltrated the supply chain?
Common food items will contain GMOs, especially in the United States, because there's been no mandatory labeling of GMOs, and it has been such a common practice to use GMOs in farming for certain crops such as corn, soy, and beet, which are very commonly used crops in a wide range of food applications in the United States, from whole food vegetables through to processed foods, even frozen foods.
Okay, so let's look at those various GMO crops in a little more detail. So these are the common ones, correct?
Yeah, these are the most common ones in the United States. Once again, this is you see corn, soy, and beet, and from those ingredients are very commonly the starting materials for many dietary supplement ingredients. So that's where it affects MRM in the long run in our products.
Obviously, we'd like to get these things out of as many products as we can. What is MRM doing to eliminate GMOs?
MRM began eliminating GMOs a couple years ago. We started by evaluating our supply chain of all the ingredients that we use, and that was to identify high risk ingredients that could be from GMO and ingredients themselves that we knew that were from genetically modified organisms or contained sources of genetically modified organisms.
In terms of monitoring this, is there a way of looking at lists verifying the products having or not having the presence of GMOs?
There are ways to test for genetically modified DNA, but the best way to initially respond is to just track the supply chain down to the farmer's exact location and seeds. And this is something that is done through supply chain analysis. And that's what approach we are taking to evaluate all our suppliers and vendors. And if we can find a vendor supplier, partner with them that does not use GMOs, or in rare cases, completely eliminate the ingredient and find a suitable replacement for that ingredient.
Okay, and I guess your partners in this is an organization called the Non-GMO Project. Tell us a bit about them.
The Non-GMO Project was started, and it's a nonprofit organization, and their goal is really to educate the consumer as well as to verify products to be free of GMOs. Their main goal is the education and awareness, which is the main concern now in the United States, is really educating and awareing the consumers of the prevalence of GMOs in their food, and now how can we eliminate those GMOs in our food.
As an example, we have a series of products. You'll talk a bit about some of the others in a moment, but Veggie Protein was the first product that went through this process. Tell us a bit about how you went about that.
This was our first foray into building a product from the ground up containing completely 100% GMO-free ingredients. So this was one where we didn't have to go back and look at the suppliers after the fact and verify that their ingredients were indeed GMO-free. We actively sought out ingredients which we knew were GMO-free or extremely low risk for having any sort of GMO contamination. This product was then our first foray into partnering with the Non-GMO Project and getting it verified to be GMO-free, which went off quite successfully.
So tell us a bit about the current and future plans for developing and propagating this approach throughout all of the MRM products.
Now that we have more familiarity with the process of getting a project non-GMO verified, as well as our own supply chain analysis, we feel more confident in enrolling more products in the non-GMO project. We currently have 7 SKUs enrolled in the project, with verification hoping to come by the end of this year. Our plan is to constantly have products enrolled in the non-GMO project verification program in anticipation that in the future all our products will have the verification.
That's a really comprehensive overview of the approach that MRM are taking. But if you want more information about MRM or the Non-GMO Project, either visit the MRM website, that's www.mrm-usa.com, or the Non-GMO Project website, which is www.nongmoproject.org. Thanks for your time today, Joe.
Thanks, JB.